Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Happy Saturday to you ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to everyone that joined in on yesterday's live stream. As always, we had a great time. Let me fill you in on live streams for those of you that may be new. Normally during the time of the year, which is most of the year, about 7 months of the year that I consider it to be winter here, I usually have 2 live streams every week, one every Friday and one every Sunday. The Friday live streams are at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and the Sunday live streams are at 10 a.m. Alaska time, 2 p.m. Eastern times. The reason I don't have Sunday live streams right now is because it's still warm enough outside for me to do work, so I'm usually trying to get ready for winter. However, we are having a Friday live stream every Friday. And here, probably in the next month or so, when it starts getting kind of chilly outside and the ground is starting to freeze, I'll probably start doing the Sunday live streams as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I need to talk to you about today is a couple of things. And the first thing is that this is critical that we all get prepared as soon as possible before winter comes. And let me explain to you why. What do you think would have happened a couple and a half years back, 2 or 3 years ago, if everyone in the United States, and I know that this is me dreaming, but imagine if every family in the United States was prepared, had a 3 to 6 month, or even better, a 1 year supply of sustenance, had enough toilet paper to wipe their butts for the next 3 to 6 months, ladies and gentlemen, had an emergency fund set aside, that if someone threatened them with their jobs because they didn't want to do something that just wasn't right, that they did not feel right about, that they wouldn't have to do it because they were like, hey, if you want to make me do this, I'm just going to leave. Thank you very much for the job, but I'll go elsewhere. And so many people, ladies and gentlemen, lost their jobs and or were coerced into doing something that they didn't want to do. Now, I see this happening already. I see this starting to happen. You know, I haven't heard of anyone losing their jobs or anything, but I see this starting to happen. The setup is taking place. And I believe, and I hope I'm 100% wrong. This is not what I want. But I believe that they're going to try to do the same thing again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about control. The only way that you can control a population is through fear. Through fear, ladies and gentlemen, and with the money that the government uses, which in this case is not real money. The government has control over the people through fear and through the use of fiat currency. Why? Because the fear is made up, is of made up things, and the use of fiat currency is not the use of real money. So these are the things that they use to control us. And I see this happening again. But imagine this. Ask yourself, what if everyone is prepared? What if you all get a few months at the least of food put away? What if you have an emergency fund? Like one of my community members from the AP community told me in an email a while back, AAP on the 4th of January, I'll remember this forever. She said, on the 4th of January, I am going to be fired from my job. I'm a nurse, and they told me that if I don't do this, I'll have to go. And I said, I don't care. I have a 6-month supply of food. I have an emergency fund. I can find a job anywhere. And if it means not working for you so that I can keep myself, then that's what it means. Imagine if everyone had that power. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can give yourselves that power. You can give yourselves that power by getting prepared the best that you can. I know it's not a light switch that you can turn on and off and say, oh, I'm prepared, or I'm not prepared, or I'm prepared, or I'm not prepared. No, it's something that you have to work on, and slow and steady does win the race. But the slow and steady part, that may be going away soon. You may only be limited to how much time you have left before they start taking action. Get prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Get as prepared as you possibly can so you can give yourself a choice. Right, so that you can have a tool to be able to use your no muscle, like Bear from Bear Independent says. Use your no muscle. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's why this time is critical, because things are not getting any better. I'm not sure if you've taken a look out there, but the video that I put out yesterday was on inflation and how inflation is going to get even worse in the months ahead. We're already starting to see the price of fuel and energy go up along with the price of food even higher than it was before. And this time it's going to go even higher. So get prepared now so you can be able to use your no muscle, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take the majority of the population to say no for something not to go on. It just takes a good percentage of the population, even a minority percentage of the population. Imagine if 20% of the United States of the working people of the United States said, no, we're not showing up to work. We're not showing up to work until you change this. I don't care if you passed it into law or not. If you don't change this, we're not showing up to work. And if 20% of the people were prepared to be able to do that, we can make real change. Remember, at least this is a number that I've heard, that during the Revolutionary War, it was only 3% of the people that fought. And look at what it produced, ladies and gentlemen. The freest nation in the history of mankind. And we still are, believe it or not. I don't know if that's a sad statement to make or not, but we are still the freest nation in the history of mankind. And we want to keep it that way, but we want to make it better. We want to make it to the way that it was before, to what our founding fathers had envisioned for us. So you need to get prepared now. This is a critical moment in our history. Are we going to be able to resist or not? Now, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to this warning that I just gave you, I have a couple more stories that I want to talk about. However, I have to shout out Nutrient Survival, and I have to shout out Oupes. One being my very favorite freeze-dried food company that there is ever, and also my favorite solar generator company. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about them for the next minute or so. I included chapters in this video, so if you don't want to hear about Nutrient Survival or Oupes, then you don't have to. Just skip to the next chapter, and then you'll be able to start listening to the next story that I want to talk about. So ladies and gentlemen, with Nutrient Survival, they are running a promotion, and let me tell you that this promotion is their promotion, all right? I am just spreading the word for them because I love Nutrient Survival and the people that are behind it, all right? So they're running a promotion where you can build your own bundle. So if you click on my link, you come on here and you just type in the word bundle, as you see right here. All right, and then you have a choice of what bundles you can build. You can either build a bundle of pantry packs where you pick 6. You can build out a bug out bag bundle, and you can see the other bundles that you can build yourself, meaning that you can pick and choose which items you want. Even the number 10 cans, you can build a bundle of 6. And take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen, 25% off. Now, this isn't your garden variety Nutrient Survival sale where they give you 15 or 20% off and then you get a few goodies added to it, which are always really nice and people seem to really enjoy because they get things that are a little bit retro that normally you wouldn't see, like the AP coin. This one is just a straight 25% off. Any bundle that you pick, that you make yourself, and you can buy as many as you want. All right, ladies and gentlemen. However, I called Becky at Nutrient Survival and I said, how can I help with this promotion? Remember, this is not my promotion again, ladies and gentlemen. I called Becky at Nutrient Survival and I said, how can I help with this promotion? And she said, yeah, but this is not really your promotion. You're not getting anything out of this if you promote it. I said, I don't care. I love Nutrient Survival. I love the people behind it. They provide a product that is an awesome product, in my opinion, the best that there is. Anyways, I told her this is what I'm going to do because I want this sale to just blow it out of the park. In addition to the 25%, if you're part of the AP community, all right, and you have to be part of the AP community to get what I'm offering. If you order $200 or more at checkout, so if your bill at checkout is $200 or more, what I'm going to do is if you send me a screenshot of your bill that you paid with the order number, I will go ahead and confirm that with Becky at Nutrient Survival. And once your items ship, I will go ahead and make sure that Becky includes a 1/10 ounce Alaska Prepper silver coin, the one that you all like. This one is the OG one. It's not the 2023 version, but it's the OG Alaska Prepper silver coin. That way you can have that and add it to your little silver stash as well. That's what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. In addition to that, from everyone that sends me a print screen of their order, all right, with the metrics that I just described, I'm going to choose one person. It's going to be randomly chosen to win a 1 ounce Alaska Prepper silver coin. And you can see it right here on the screen. All right, so you will all receive a 10th ounce silver coin if you send me the screenshot and then you make sure that your order at checkout is $200 or more. And one of you will get the Alaska Prepper 1 ounce silver coin, of which I only have 3 left. All right. Those were the 1 ounce silver coins that I gave away during my 100,000 subscriber / community member party. And ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and divert you over to Mountain House. No, I'm not affiliated with Mountain House, ladies and gentlemen, but I believe that Mountain House has a very good product and they've stood the test of time. I just rather have their proteins. And right now, they are having a sale on their proteins, 50% off on their number 10 cans of protein. So being that Nutrient Survival does not include meat products in their foods, I figure this is an awesome combination, getting 25% off from the Nutrient Survival site and then coming on here to the Mountain House site and going ahead and getting 50% off of their protein items. And these are really good prices compared to the regular prices. I mean, you can get, my favorite is this right here. This is what I got. I got some of this. I got the pork sausage. All right, so the sausage crumbles. I got a 6-pack of these because look at that, it's half off. Great price. So if you want to come over here, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave the link to Mountain House as well. And disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with Mountain House. I just think that they are a good company and they sell good meat products. And at 50% off, even better. Now let's talk briefly about Oupes, my favorite solar generator company, and the sale that they have extended all the way through the 24th of this month, September. As you can see the prices on screen, ladies and gentlemen, they are the best prices I've ever seen, but what makes it better is that if you use my link and my code, you'll get 10% off the prices that you see on here now. And I will tell you again, my favorite of these is going to be the 2400 because you can get this unit right here for just over $1,000 after you deduct 10% off the price using my code. I think it comes out to like $1,007. And for this unit, $1,007 is an outstanding price. So ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your support and I appreciate you supporting those sponsors that support this channel, but more importantly, that support this community. I've talked about this impending rice shortage so many times, ladies and gentlemen, that I've lost count. But it's coming. It's coming. Remember that when I tell you that, when I talk about something, it's usually a leading indicator. Meaning that, hey, because this is happening now, it doesn't mean you're going to see it affect you tomorrow. It's just we're talking about it now. That way you can take care of business before it affects you 6 months, a year down the road. Well, here it says that HSBC warns that rice crisis is reminiscent of 2008 Asian food price scare. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and rice is the main staple for more than half of the world's population, which means what? Which means that unfortunately people are going to starve. You may not see it here in the United States of America or in a Western country. What you will see, however, are prices that are the highest that you've ever paid. And this is going to happen whether we like it or not. The chief Asia economist at HSBC Global Research highlighted in a note to clients on Friday that skyrocketing rice prices present hurdles for central banks combating high inflation. He drew parallels between the current surge in food prices and the one that rocked the world in 2008, noting that shortage fears are rising for the staple food that feeds billions of people. He said that back then, rising rice prices in some economies quickly spilled over into other markets, and consumers and governments across the region scrambled to secure supplies. And that's what's happening right now. Look at India and how they've stopped exporting certain kinds of rice. It also lifted the prices of other staples such as wheat as buyers shifted to alternatives. Man, you know what? This is like deja vu. I talked about this on the last video that I talked about rice. I said that people who don't eat rice are going to say, well, this doesn't really matter to me. I don't eat rice. And the way I contest that, ladies and gentlemen, by exactly what they just said. If rice gets too expensive for a population that eats rice as a staple and they can no longer afford it, they're going to shift to another alternative that provides them with the protein and carbohydrates that's equivalent to that of rice. Rice from Asia accounts for about 90% of global production. Think about it. El Niño weather phenomenon has sparked heavy rainfall and droughts across top producing regions, such as India, which has imposed export restrictions to ensure adequate domestic supplies. India is doing, in my opinion, what is the right thing to do, and it's to take care of their people first. And if you want to come to this link, ladies and gentlemen, which I will leave you the link to come over here to this article, you can take a look right here. If you click on this, you'll be able to see a video showing people literally fighting over rice. Now, they're fighting over rice when there is still rice available. Right? They're having a tug of war over rice because of the kind of rice that it is. Now imagine, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the point where people will be fighting over rice because there's just not enough rice to go around. And that is why you still have time to prepare. Listen, if you don't want to buy Nutrient Survival, don't buy Nutrient Survival. If you don't want to buy Mountain House, don't buy Mountain House. But for goodness sakes, put away a few months, if not at the very best, 1 year worth of food to ensure that you and your family will have that sustenance that you need to carry on in the worst of times. Does that not make sense to you? Why do some people bark at that notion that having a 6 month to a year supply of food is a bad thing, that it's hoarding? It's not. Just rotate it. You'll have that security of knowing that your family is going to be fed. And for the feel-good story of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this just makes me smile. Albuquerque gun shops see spike in sales after governor's ban. Now, for those of you that haven't been following this story, in New Mexico, the tyrannical governor that we have over there, I forgot her name because I just don't care, she decided to say, hey, I think I'm going to go ahead and suspend the Constitution for the Second Amendment. Just because I feel like it, because I've got the power. You see, I have the power and I'm going to do it, whether you like it or not. Because, in my opinion, this is the governor speaking, the government gives you your rights. You weren't born with them inherently. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think she's learned a lesson, and this is a good lesson for her to learn because it carries over to all of these other tyrannical wannabe governors to tell them, no, you're not, and no, you won't. And she is not, and she won't, ladies and gentlemen, because the people have spoken. People are standing up saying, you're not taking away my rights because they're not yours to take away. And now they have record sales of firearms. The more that are sold, the freer that will stay, especially from democide and from foreign invasion, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a fact. All right, I'll finish it off with this rant. The reason the Second Amendment was put in place by our forefathers, by the founders of this nation and the writers of this Constitution, it's so that we can protect ourselves, so that we can defend ourselves, all right? Not against bears, not against wolves, but against governments and foreign invaders. You see, the founders understood at that time when they wrote this Constitution that they had just finished fighting a very costly war against an empire that wanted to strip them of their right to liberty, to freedom. And they said no, and they stood up to those people. And they made this country, the United States of America, these United States of America, not these. They made this country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and many of them gave up everything. Right? Many of them gave everything up so that you and I today can have the opportunity to sit here behind a camera and say what we want to say when we want to say it. That's what they gave us. And many people have been indoctrinated and propagandized into thinking otherwise. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we must stand up as the people. And that is why we need to be prepared. That is why we need to stay prepared. That way, we can always keep the government, those that are supposed to be serving we the people, can always keep them in check. Having said, I told you I was going to go on a rant. You shouldn't have gotten me started. I'll tell you right now. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I want to thank you very much for all of your support. All right. Go support the sponsors that support this channel and that support you, ladies and gentlemen. I can sit here and tell you all of the good that Nutrient Survival has done toward the Alaska prepper community. And what they just recently did as far as feeding 100 military families a Thanksgiving dinner this year. But don't even go and take a look at them for that. Take a look at them because of what they offer, which is quality, right? Quality and nutrition. With Oupes, go take a look at them for what they offer. They offer a great solar generator, and this is my opinion, of course. I think their solar generators are great at a very, very good price. but also they take care of the community that takes care of them by keeping them in business. And that's what Oupes helps. Oupes helps takes a percentage of what they earn and they give it back to the community, to those that need financial assistance in one way or another. And we've already had 2 community members from the Alaska Prepper community who have benefited from Oupes helps. All right. They also have Oupes moments. I think it's something else. Oupes something moments. I'm not looking at it right now. But that's also a platform in which you can enter to win up to, I believe it's like $3,000. If you send them a picture of a special moment with you and your family where an Oupes was involved. So like, for example, let's say that you were camping or something like that, and you have your Oupes powering lights or something, and you take a snapshot of yourself and your son or your family or whatever, just a special moment where Oupes was involved. You can enter that picture to win up to $3,000, ladies and gentlemen. What other solar generator company does this? I really don't know, because I don't really look at other ones the way that I look at Oupes. I review other solar generators, but Oupes will always be my number one. They keep innovating, they keep taking care of our community, and they're pretty awesome. Having said that, I hope that you have a great weekend, a great rest of your day. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out. And if it means not working for you so that I can keep my own body anonymity,